hello, my thrifty art family. How are you all doing today? Welcome in. I am just getting some things set up here so we can get through today's live. Hopefully, everyone is doing well. And this will also give a few minutes for people to join us, excuse me, if they want to, because I hopefully have a really cool live plan today where we're going to be taking a look at a lot of new supplies here in the studio that will be coming up for testing and reviewing and all of those good things. Is the live up? Yes, the live is up. Okay. I was waiting on the live to come up on my iPad so that I'll be able to see and talk with you guys. I'm gonna let them get up and going, and then I will do the official live introduction. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Tisa, how are you? Hello, difficult. How are you? Welcome in. Excuse me. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee out of my World Watercolor Month coffee mug that Amy sent me as a gift. It's so cool. I would turn it over so you could see it, but like I'll spill coffee everywhere, so we won't do that. But it's such a cool little mug. All right. So welcome in, welcome in. If you are here, do jump in the chat and say hello. I do always encourage that you guys say hello, chat amongst yourselves, talk to each other respectfully, of course. I will say throughout the course of the live, if you have a question, please put question marks before and after your question so that it'll be easier for me um, to catch those questions. And keep in mind that the thrifty art community is full of wonderful, knowledgeable artists. So if you have a question and I don't get to it, more than likely it will get answered in the chat by somebody. Difficulty, easy E. Okay. I love it. Difficulty. Gotcha. That's a t-shirt, you know that, right? Difficulty. Like easy E. That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt. You need to get that together. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do the official welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday to everyone out there in YouTube land. Welcome into the, excuse me, Thrifty Apprentice Studio, where today we are going to be having a pretty massive art haul live. Now, I want you guys to feel free to jump in, ask questions. If a product comes up across the screen that you used, let us know what your experience was. Now, of course, every single thing that you see will eventually be unboxed, tested, and reviewed on the channel at some point throughout the rest of 2024 into 2025, because there's absolutely no way under the sun I'm going to get all of these things tested and reviewed within what's remaining of this year. Which, is it just me, or did this year start yesterday and then I woke up this morning and it's almost August? It could just be. Let me know. That is a good t-shirt idea. I think that is a excellent t-shirt idea. You should really do that. Get with one of these little printers and get that t-shirt together. Yeah, it's going super fast, super, super fast. All right, so I have products that are going to be in different divisions. I have both water-soluble products as well as dry media products. Now, if you are not familiar with the channel, welcome into the Thrifty Apprentice art community. It is a community full of artists, all different levels, that aspire to do one thing, and that's to have fun while painting and spread love in the process. This is a all media channel, so you will see all types of products today. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna jump in with water soluble. Let's start. Well, that's actually what's not that's not sitting the closest to me, but we're gonna start with water soluble. Now, water soluble is going to contain paints, gouache, as well as pencils. I don't have anything planned in a certain order. I'm just going to start grabbing these products and we're going to take a look at them. So let's start with the very first paint set here. I have a, ooh, how many of these are there? Not even sure. I don't want to really unbox anything, but this is a watercolor set. This is your pure farbing. It comes with the watercolor set as well as a 5x9 watercolor pad, cold pressed acid free paper. It's 300 gems, so yeah. I'm really interested in this. I've seen it advertised. I've seen it reviewed by some other YouTube artists, but you guys know me. I'm one of those people that's got to put my hands on it and try it and test it for myself. It's gotten pretty good reviews in the student grade realm, but we are definitely going to be taking a chance to see. Now, let me say this before I go any further. Most of you guys know that I was on a no buy for 2024, and no, with all these products that you're seeing, I did not break my no buy. Everything that you are going to see today, with the exception of when I break off into my spiel about the Bamboo Voyager palette, it are products that were sponsored to the studio by DECA. If you are not familiar with DECA, it's a pretty new organization known as the Defiant Arts Creation Association. And basically, it's a group of sponsors that have taken interest in the channel to help me keep doing the things that I do to bring you guys the things that you love. So, just wanted to throw that out there right now. Yeah, it's real compact, minimal, very minimalist, and you know, I'm one of those people who love branding. So I either love the real poppy art branding, or I love the real simplistic, straightforward branding because I feel like it makes things look elegant, which is why I went the route I did with the Bamboo Voyager palette when we released it. Let's move on. Next up, we have the Viva Art Supplies. This is a 48 half pan set of premium solid watercolors. It also comes with its own watercolor pad, cold pressed 300 GMs. Now, I have not seen this one advertised much, but again, very kind of simplistic, straightforward branding. It does say craft the moments, connect to your creative self, paint your future. So, upon first impressions, I'm thinking that this may be a craft set of paints. It is made in China. Um, and I'm interested in get cracking these open now. I'm not sure if this has any of the relevant information that comes along with paint sets like some of us like to see. But as soon as I'm able to open it and get in there, um, I will. We're going to take a look at that. And let me also throw this out as we're moving through. I know I told you guys that all of the paint sets that I was using to do World Watercolor Month, I was going to be reviewing in August. But upon initial inspection with all of these things that I have coming up, more than likely on the couple of Wednesdays that we have left in July, when I'm releasing World Watercolor Month Day prompts, it will be in combination with one of those paint sets review. So more than likely what I'll do is I'll just do that day's prompt for the demo, for the review demo. Because I do need to start getting those. It was very poor planning on my part to say I was going to wait until August, knowing that I have literally a studio full of products that I need to get to. Next up is something I'm super interested in, and that is the Medici watercolor set. This is another Paul Rubens product, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, Maybe not. I do know it's Light Wish. It may be Paul Rubens. I do know that it is a Gansei set, but it's Chinese, which is kind of a first for me because all of the Gansei sets I have are made in Japan. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this set differs from the Japanese made Gansei paints. And it's got a pretty broad palette here. And it does show you the color name along with the color index number. Now I do not right off see any like light fast information, transparency, or anything of that nature. So that definitely will be some research done on that set once we get around to unboxing it and using it. So very beautiful colors in the box though. Some of them even look to have texture to them right off before you even pop the pan open. So that's going to be really, really cool to see. We'll be rolling it through to see how that works out. Okay, give me a second. I have having to make room and move stuff. All right. So the next set we're going to be looking at is a previously loved set, but I was really interested in trying it. Now you guys know I have reviewed several different Paul Rubin or and art branded products on this channel. I think that they make great paints in that factory that are super affordable and have a really nice quality to them. Well, I've already tested the original Paul Rubens 24 half pan. It was like their first series. I think now they're their first generation, or maybe their second generation. I think at this point they're up to like the fifth generation. And it's a tube set, and I think it's like a little black tin with gold swirls running through it. Now, I haven't tried that one, but I really have heard so much about the Paul Rubin metallic paints and how once I use the Paul Rubin metallics, I would not want to use any other metallic paints. So, a really close artist friend of mine did gift me with the Paul Rubin metallic set so that I can try it out and test it. And it's basically unused, seriously. Like the pans have almost no indication of use at all. It's practically a brand new set of paints. I think maybe the only thing that was done was them actually being swatched out. Look at those beautiful colors. Is that not amazing? I cannot wait. I might be breaking these bad babies open during the rest of the world watercolor month. And as you know, I've been testing quite a few metallic paints lately, but most of them have been like handmade because I've really gotten into handmade paints. I'm starting to find a lot of value in quality. So we're definitely going to be giving this one a whirl. As I said, it's Paul Rubin, so we'll get all the relevant information with it. And most people have probably already tried the Paul Rubin metallic paints. I just haven't. They've been out for quite some time, so it's not like they're anything new to the market. All right. Speaking of Gansei, I have an addition to my Gansei palette, my Japanese Gansei palette. And that is the Gansei Tenbai, however you choose to pronounce it. Different people got different ways. But this is the Aurora set that I have heard so much about. And guys, my Kuretake Gansei palette is like getting super big. I'm gonna take a little intermission here because I want you guys to see this. It's getting so big that I had to like make a makeshift palette, right? Like it's becoming a massive Gansei palette. So this is one of those little art kits you can get out of like Walmart or your local dollar store. This one was Art Alternatives, which is a story for a completely different day. I didn't even did I review anything? I think I did. There's a review on the channel for this set. Anyway, I script everything out because I have turned it into my massive Gansei set. So here I have the original 18 full pan set of Gansei. I said Aurora. These are the Gansei Auroras here. I'm sorry. These are the Aurora colors which granulate. These are the Gansei graphite pans. This happens to be the Boku Undo Isumi ink, which is a Gansei pan. We can disregard this little roll. This little roll is Van Gogh granulating watercolors. I just haven't found a place to put them yet, so they're in here. Now to this set, I'm going to be adding this set of Kuretake Gansei. And I said Aurora, but it's not Aurora. It's called something else. But you know, it's a really kind of pastel-y colors set that they released. So These are going to go on this side. And I also found another Japanese company that makes Genzai pans. I wanted to kind of step outside of Kuritaki's production and see how other Japanese art producers were producing their Genzai paints. And I picked this, well, no, Deca picked this set up for me. And this, oh, I forget how it's pronounced. It starts with the A. Uh, Acacia. Acacia. This is, they're made in Japan, and these are the Acacia pans. And as you can see, this company pans, although they're still full pans, are square instead of rectangle like Kuretake does theirs. So all of these paints are going to eventually end up in this big metal palette as a part of one massive Genzai set. And then I'll be using a Genzai set to do something. So I just want to show you guys that because those paints that you see in there, the Akashi paints, are also a set that has to be tested and reviewed. So, but yeah, we're going to be getting around and cracking these. I cannot wait to open these. Lindsay did, I forget what the occasion was, but she did like this balloon or this moon, cratered moon that doubled as like a hot air balloon with these paints on her channel. Art Nouveau. That's it. Thank you so much, Amy. Art Nouveau. That's what they're called. My girls be so on it. My girls be on it. They do. Art Nouveau. That is what they are called. And I cannot wait to get around to that set. I just love my Genzai paints. I do. They're so great for crafting and journal making. They do wonderful for painting. You can water them down. For watercolory effects, you can use them thickly for gouache, more opaque effect. I just love the hybridcy. Is that a word? I don't know if that's a word, but we're going to roll with it. People, the hybridcy of the paints. All right. Let's keep kicking. Next up is a set that you have seen me review, the 12 pan set before. Okay, but this is the 18 color travel set of De La Roni Aquafine. You guys already know how I feel about Aquafine. I do not have to go into the spiel about it. You can go back and watch one of them many videos. I've already discussed my opinion and views on Aquafine. I like the paint, period. And I only had 12 colors. This set has 18 colors in it, so yeah, I'm probably gonna have some duplicates. And this is a molded tray set, unlike the 12 half pan set, which have the removable ones. But this one also comes with a number 4 round Aquafine brush, which they don't only brushes are actually really, really good. The overlay is gonna have all of the relevant information, the color name, the index number, the light fast ratings, transparency, staining, like it's all on the little leaf overlay there. So, you know, I'm happy to be expanding my De La Roni set. More than likely what's going to happen is that the original 12 pans, along with the additional 6 new colors out of here, are going to go into a palette. And then I'm going to offset what I take out of here with maybe colors from somewhere else to make, you know, this a little versatile travel palette. But so there's not going to be any need to like review that one. I may do like an updated video on the new 6 colors that I've experienced from using that set. Contrast to the original 12 color set. All right, moving on. Here is I think these are handmade. Yes, they're handmade in Germany by Fine Tech. I've heard a lot about Fine Tech. This is the Coloro. Get your life together, Kenyon. This is the Coloro, and these are pearlescent colors called Pearl. What is that? Pearl Colors Magic is what they're called, and it gives like the index number and of course the color name. Now I wasn't expecting like a bunch of relevant information with these because they are handmade, although that's not saying that handmade paints don't come with pigment numbers and all that, but you know, I think it's the fun of it. Look at those colors. They look very beautiful and sort of like iridescent. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use them just yet, but I'm really excited. They look that this one here has sort of a, I don't know if you guys can see that. but it has sort of a pink tint to it. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's got sort of a pearl tone to it. Pink pearl tone to it. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. We moving on. We moving on because we have a lot to get through. Next up, there is a set that I have not taken a label off of. So bear with me one moment because my address is showing clear as day. If you have a noise allergy, hold on a second. Okay. You know, I love y'all, but I can't just be throwing my address out there. You might be showing up, trying to do paint parties, have a cup of coffee. You gotta let the brother know you're coming over first. So, here we have the Elaine Premium Watercolor Paint. It says non-toxic, so right off the bat, it leads me to believe that it's a student grade set. It does have 24 different colors. They do have a light fast rating, a color name, and what looks to be transparency. And from the looks of it, one, two, three, four colors of the 24 set are opaque, and the other 20 colors are semi-transparent, semi-opaque, however you decide to say it. Yeah. I'm gonna assume that there is a chart on the inside of the box which tells, and it's made in PRC, which is People's Republic of China. So, yeah, and that's all of the information that you can really see on the box. So, I guess it will require popping them open to get to any of the other information, which I'm not gonna do because that's not what this video is about. But I'm kind of excited to see. They feel like tubes, so I'm always interested in seeing how a tube set is going to dry down. Although that emblem looks pretty familiar. Okay. Next up, we have Pintrista. Pintrista non-toxic half pans reusable paint. Sturdy tin box, 36 watercolors. Yeah, let's see here. 36 premium watercolors. Excuse me, guys. My sinuses are kicking my butt. My throat is really scratchy. So sorry about that. Made in China. And yeah, just tells you it includes 36 half pans, one portable storage case. Yeah, that's it. So I've never tried. I've seen this brand advertised all over Amazon, and I have yet to try any of their products. So I was actually a bit excited about that one, because I've had that particular set in and out of my Amazon cart for a minute, and then Deca struck like the storm they are. All right, what we have next? We're almost through the water soluble stuff. I can't believe it. Next up, we have. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you now. This is solely for the palette. At this point, there is absolutely no reason for me to review Winsor & Newton Cotman on my channel. At this point, every single person in the under the face of the sun is into watercolor has probably used Cotman paints. So these pans are going to be just put with my extra pans of Cotman paint for reuse. I am going to open this one up because this actually won't be reviewed. I just want you guys to see this palette. This is why I wanted to see it. This palette is absolutely crazy. Okay, let's see if I can figure out how to get into it. That's how crazy it is. Okay, so here is the top, I think. All right, yes. There's the top. I'm a little paint falling out there. And the little pan, half pans are in this little palette. And on the side of the pans, like, you know, Cotman normally does, is all of the information. Okay, let's see if I can figure all the trickery out here of how to open this thing. Because it's got a whole bunch of hoo-ha going on. You guys know I love all the extra. Where's the box? Okay, here. Let's see. This is the only thing I'm going to stop and play with. I have to. I'm sorry. I already knew that when I got to this palette, I was going to play with it. So, there's some stuff going on. So, let's see here. This is Is this a water container? I think, yeah. So this is a water. Look at this. This is so cool. So this is a water container, and you put your little water in here to travel with. You know, you remove your lids off. Got your little water canteen there. That's a spout. Let me get it back on here. Okay, and then the opposite end is just made like that so that it'll fit into this portion of the palette. Like, is that not cool? Okay. So then the pins, these lift out so I can replace the Winsor & Newton pins if I want to. And I love this little compartmental design. It does have a brush tucked in there into the crease, but you could, you know, probably put you another brush of a type of any type that you want in there. The bottom of the palette extends with a mixing tray, and the top of the palette extends with a look at this thing. Is this what was Winsor & Newton was on to something with this? I love this. Hi Linda, how are you? Welcome in, love. Welcome to the live. Glad you were able to drop on by. But I just want you guys to see this crazy. So I'm not sure what paints are gonna go in here because as I've said, you know, I have like a million Winsor & Newton palettes. It was really about the actual palette itself, not the paints. Um, and cotton paints are okay. You know, people kind of poo-poo on cotton paints, and I understand. I think the quality of cotton paints have taken a hit in recent years um, due to the change in manufacturing location, which is why companies like Phoenix, who now actually make Cotman for Winsor & Newton, can produce such good student quality paints and stick the word artist on it, because I honestly believe they are copying Winsor & Newton's formula for Cotman in some shape, form, fashion. But yeah, just want you guys to see that cold palette. Was that not cool? That was actually a really cool palette. It was. All right, so let's move on. Next up, I have a set of watercolor pencils that I have listed, and I did use that word. Maybe I shouldn't have. YouTube, don't cancel me. Okay, so a set of watercolor pencils that I have wanted since 2019. I am a Stettler fan. I'm trying to get the plastic off of it because I don't want all the plastic to reflect. I mean, it's already going to be bad enough that it's a metal tin. So just give me a second. Hello, Jennifer. How are you? Welcome to the live, love. It is wonderful to have you here. So, this is Stettler 24 karat aquarelle watercolor pencils. I'm going to hold it at an angle so that the light doesn't reflect too bad. You know, every time I look down at my screen, I think to myself, I really need to get me a new cutting mat. That's going to be on my list for this week. Yeah, I need to get a new cutting mat. So, anyway, I have wanted to try these pencils for quite some time. I heard Lindsay talking about how good these pencils were years and years ago. And I'll be honest, they are Stellar does not put their products on sale often. I've run across the set inside Michael's over the years. Of course, you guys know how that goes. Michael's prices their products extremely high, extremely high. And the only time I ever buy products from Michael's is when I'm using a coupon, in all honesty. Because to pay full price for what Michael's want for products that you can find on Blick or Jerry's or Jackson's Art or Amazon at sometimes 3/4 the cost is crazy. And if anybody from Michael's ever watched this video, do something about that. It's crazy what y'all charge for art supplies. Unless it's artist loft. And we know how that goes. It's so hit and miss, it's ridiculous. All right. So 24 pencils. Again, they do carry the Stettler logo. You guys know I was really crazy about those Stettler tinted watercolor pencils that I reviewed on the channel maybe a year and a half ago. You can go back through the Thrifty review playlist and check those out. So I want to give these a try. I'm really excited about those. And those may get popped open sooner than later. I am still in the process of testing those Giorgione watercolor pencils. Well, actually, I'm not still testing them. I'm done. It's just that we're in the middle of World Watercolor Month, and I didn't want to stop by doing a watercolor pencil review. Although I could review those pencils and do what I was talking about earlier and just use a Word watercolor prompt for the review demo for those pencils, and it's still watercolor pencils. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. Let me see. Add 70% to U.S. prices, then you'll see what Prismacolor costs in Australia. Oh, okay. I just saw Prismacolor watercolor pencils in Walmart for $15. I resisted but wondered if they're any good. There's a review on my in the third review playlist if you want to go check it out, Tisa, on Prismacolor watercolor pencils. There are very mixed opinions out there on them. I personally do not think that they are bad. As a matter of fact, I don't even have them in the tin anymore. I have the Prismacolor watercolor pencils actually sitting out on my desk in this massive pencil holder I have. Let me see if I can show you guys this big baby. It might not, ooh, it might not all fit on screen, but we'll see. So I have this really big, ridiculous, what are you doing with your life? Pencil, crayon, pencil holder. um, and it has like all of the pencils that I just kind of reach for to kind of use whatever, whenever, because I don't want to go grab a 10. So I have some of my budget pencils in here. Now, most of the colored pencils are on this side. Let's see, all of this. So these are watercolor pencils. All of these are colored pencils. Um, 80% of these are Prismacolor, either regular Prismacolor or the Prismacolor Veritin, which we know, excuse me, are really good for detailing. I'll review on the channel for those as well. But here I have in the watercolor pencil section, I have the 12 count Prismacolor watercolor pencils, which I think are pretty decent. The quality is questionable, Tisa, I'm gonna be honest. Just the whole makeup of it, it looks a little slinky, but the actual product itself, compared to like a lot of other budget watercolor pencils, I think are decent. Like I would grab this set before I grab like Artist Loft or Royal and Langnickel or you know, a big box. So sorry about that, my friends. Hopefully that I froze. I know I did. I had a phone call come through, which I thought I had my phone on Do Not Disturb. But yeah, so pretty cool. Let me see. I'm checking the comments. Yeah, Linda, you yikesing at this pencil. Yeah, this listen. Let me tell you, this pencil holder. I had no idea. I was not it. I love it. I love it. It's so cool, and it's so great as a backdrop for like taking pictures and stuff. So yeah, love it, love it, love it. Yes, thank you, Jennifer. It is an awesome holder. It really is. And see, I have the Durant watercolor pencils, but they're not ink tints. I'm still trying to learn how to use them. Durant watercolor pencils are okay. I think the ink tints line is better, but their regular watercolor pencils, again, are okay. And again, you can find a review on the channel for the regular Durant watercolor pencils if you want to check that out. You can also find a review for the ink tints pencils too, if you want to check that out. Tisa says they soft like regular. Yeah, yes. It has a soft lay down. It barely even has a scratch sound to it. I like them. I mean, I think they're okay. They're not my favorite watercolor pencil in the world. 15 bucks is what you said you saw them for. 15 bucks. Okay. I could see that. I think I paid a little bit more for them. I think because I ordered them off of Amazon, but I would have to really go back and check. $15 though, you know, maybe. It depends on whether or not you have a set of watercolor pencils that you already like and love. Because if you already have a set that you like and love and work really well, considering you know, the fact that those are not like ink tint quality or Caran d'Ache quality. You know, that's something you may want to consider. Let me see, 48 set cost $120 here 3 years ago, even more now. Well, in Australia, and of course, I've found that, you know, a lot of products from the American market cost an extreme amount of money um, in other countries, which, you know, it's kind of the same because there are products that are made in other countries that cost us an extreme amount of money to buy. Unless we get a friend in that country to get it for us and then ship it to us, which still costs money. So I completely understand where you're coming from, General. Uh, did buy the full ink tints and love them too. Well, I only have the 12 count of ink tints, and you're right, they're great pencils. They're probably one of the better water soluble pencils out there. But they are ink. They are not like a watercolor pencil. They are a water soluble ink, and I always try to remind people of that. That's something to keep in mind when you're using an ink tints pencil. You are not using a watercolor product, you are using a water soluble ink product. And that's something I always keep in mind. But they are absolutely fabulous. I think it's fabulous. Thanks, Linda. Um, I should put my orders in with you and Christy. Well, you know, I'm always open for helping somebody out, Jennifer. Listen, that's what we're about over here. Figuring out how to get artists doing art. That's what matters, you know? So let's jump back into our massive kind of art haul here and move on. I'm gonna show you guys. This is the first gouache set I have, and you know what? I've showed this gouache set before. I did a review redo video. It is up on the channel if you want to go check it out. That had a lot of products in it leading up into this video that we've already looked at and reviewed. But this was one of the products that was shown, and I still haven't gotten around to popping it open and reviewing it. In that redo video, I also talked about these massive collections of color pencil sets that I need to get through. And do you guys know I still have not cracked not one single color pencil set open? There are 6 full sets sitting over there behind me that are not going to be included in this video because they were in the redo video, that are at least 120 pencils or more for each set. So it's going to take some time to work through those. Here we have the Arteza Premium paint tubes. They call them premium paint tube gouache. These are not tubes. This is jelly gouache. Let's clarify that from the beginning. It is an Arteza product, although it says premium. Anybody with any experience with Arteza products knows that premium is student grade. That it is. Regardless of how they try to make it sound, they'll call this pro. And then they have a pro series, but this is the in between. Comes with the color names, the index numbers, and that's pretty much it. You know, I just want to kind of compare it to other jelly gouache sets that I have. Now, here's the thing. If you're not a jelly gouache user, if you've never used jelly gouache, if you've never used gouache before, let me say it like that, and you want to start giving gouache a try, I would suggest starting with jelly gouache. Because if you start with a tube set of gouache and then move down to a jelly gouache, not only will there be a learning curve, I think you're gonna have a noticeable difference in the quality, and you might not like jelly gouache. Okay, but a lot of jelly gouache sets are really good. The one you may be the most familiar with is the Maya Hemi, the one that came in that little pink container with 18 colors in it. And it is a pretty decent jelly gouache set as well. But I wanted to try Arteza. My favorite jelly gouache set is that Artwell set. It's a real big, massive Artwell set. Has like 50 jelly gouache cups in it. Comes with the airtight lid as well as a matter of fact, I have one of them sitting out here. Look at that. Look at glory. And because I was using this in one of my World Watercolor Month paintings, but this is what the Artwell jelly gouache looks like. It comes in these little cups, which have caps that fit on it. And then the cups fit inside the case, and the case has foaming and locks down on 4 sides to keep everything airtight. Now that set is like 50 bucks, but it is so worth it because you're getting all of that gouache and ways to keep it fresh that other manufacturers have not thought of. And then the Allegheny set is actually really good as well. Moving on, next water soluble set we're looking at is another gouache set. This is the Shinhan Professional Designer Gouache. This is a 12 tube set. Now listen, you guys know how I am about big tubes. I'm going to show you this. Look at these tubes. Look at this. Look at this gouache. This is crazy. We're going back to, this is kind of how Karen Dosh did their studio gouache. The difference is this one is not student grade. This one is Shinhan's professional designer gouache, which when you start talking about gouache, the difference between student and professional, the lines get so blurry, so gray. But anyway, this comes with the color name, the index numbers, the light fast information, and the pigment numbers are included as well. I'm really excited to try these. I've seen some other artists use them. Some were happy, some had some things that they felt like could be better about them, but I want to give them a thrifty run and see what happens with that. All right. And here, oh no, this is not. This is one that I'm really super interested in because I've heard a lot about these paints. This is the Roman Schmalz. Now this is like a little introductory set. It has 5 colors in it. They include the pigment name, the index number, the pigment code. It's a mixing set basically because you get your primaries, a yellow, red, blue, a green convenient, and a brown, which I've never heard of, but it's a PR 102. So I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere in the vicinity of the range of a natural ochre, something like that, because that's what I've seen PR 102 called in other sets. So I'm really interested in these. Honestly, these are probably going to get popped open before July is over with. These are made in Poland, and they have such a huge reputation. Such a huge reputation. Let me check the comments section. Oh well, no. Let me do this. Let me show this last one, and then I'll check the comments. So yeah, real cool. Keep these paints in mind. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, moving on. Last water soluble set we're gonna show is going to be the Hemi Hi It's Me 36 color kit. Now, I know what some OG thrifty viewers are thinking, but Ken, you've already reviewed this set. Right. So, if you want to find a review for this set, it is already up on my channel. You can find it in the Thrifty Review playlist, or you can just hit video and search through all those videos. But I'm telling you, it's easier to just hit playlist and go to the Thrifty Review playlist, and then go through that playlist and find what review video you want to watch. As a matter of fact, I had to do 2 videos for this one. There was an original review release, and then there was an update release. Here is the caveat. These are some bright, beautiful, functioning paints. They come in a really cute, like, comic book covered. I'm gonna open them. I want you to see them. They made me so happy while painting with them. They made me so happy with their color payoff and their blendability, the way they mix. I was real happy because this was my first stab at a Hemi watercolor set. Up until this point, I've only used their gouache. So I purchased this set, and I actually loved it. The first review was amazing, and I'm going to tell you why I'm opening this box in just a minute, other than the fact that the water brush is really cool. But after using the palette 2 or 3 times, the paints dried out so bad that they started to fall out. So, and they're already in dried form, so it's not like they came in tube form. I couldn't add like honey or gouache to them in order to, to make them stay and hold in the pans or keep them from cracking. So, I eventually took the paints out and put my Paul Rubin opaque watercolor in this palette. So I'm trying to figure out how to use. I think it's a great palette, especially for crafting and for practicing. I just need to figure out what to do about the possibility that the paints may crack really bad and fall out. We'll see. I may actually gift this set to one of my Artsy student beginners. You know, of course, with a warning to the parent to kind of watch out for that. But here is what I wanted. This is what I'm after. For some reason, you cannot find Hemi watercolor paper on its own. They only tend to put it in the watercolor sets. But when I tell you this is some of the best paper, I love this paper. I've heard Lindsay say the same thing. Like, I do not know why you cannot find this paper on its own. Hemi, if you're Maya, if you're listening, you guys need to start releasing the Hemi watercolor paper outside of the sets. Because I'm telling you, you would have a banger on your hands. I love, love, love that paper. And that's actually what I wanted out of that box. Okay? So, yeah. All right. That, my friends, is all of our water-soluble products for this video. I'm going to jump into the comments section while I sip on a little of my coffee. And we're going to see if we got any questions, any comments, any things we need to talk about real quick before we move on to the next part of the video looking at the dry products. So, what brand was that again for the little pop of red you showed? That is Artwell. That's Artwell's Gouache. Give me 2 seconds. That, my friend, is this gouache set. This, and I'm glad to put it out because I need to put that back. That, my friends, is this gouache set. This is the Artwell gouache set. There are 42 jelly cups inside. And this is what I meant by it has that foam airtight sealing on the inside of the lid to help keep the gouache from drying out, help keep it fresh longer after you open it. All of them come in their own individual cup with their own individual lid on the cup. I can put that back now. And I mean, look at all this gouache. This is ridiculous. This is a lot of gouache. And it's a wonderful place to start if you are not a gouache expert, if you're new to gouache, if you want to give gouache a try. And not that this set is like cheap because it is about 50 bucks, but with all of the gouache that you're getting, like you're not going to have to buy gouache again. And if you decide that you like it and you want to keep using it and step up to a more professional brand, you can just do that and then keep this to practice with. Because buying a set this big, you're not going to run out of jelly gouache anytime soon, my friends, by any stretch of the imagination. And again, you can find a review for this set in the Thrifty Review playlist on the channel because I have reviewed this entire set before. So that is the Artwell Jelly Gouache. Ooh, okay. Let me see. Y'all bear with me for a second. Let me get this big boy off the table. It's a lot of gouache. It's kind of heavy. All right, let's get back to the comments. Recently got Shinhan Watercolors in PWC. Pretty good there too. Yes, PWC is in my top 3 favorite watercolors. Although there is a bit of a scandal with PWC, and I'm kind of doing a video around that. There is a bit of a scandal right now with the presented information in the PWC line versus the SWC line, which is the one that is marketed for their market versus being for the American market or for anything outside of the production market. And there has been some discrepancies in the pigment information that's presented on the same color with the same number index across the two different lines, although they're supposed to be the same. The only difference being SWC for their market, PWC for any market outside of theirs. I am kind of constructing a video around that because I feel like all Shinhan fans, this is something that they really should know. Now, it has not deterred me from using PWC. It is still my third top favorite brand of paint, professional paint at the moment. First is Magello Mission Gold, then Core, then Shinhan PWC. Even with the video I'm putting together, they still have not fallen out of my top three favorite professional brand of paints. With that said, I still feel like it's something that people need to know. Hi everyone, I was away, but I'm here now. Hello Penny, better late than never. That is my philosophy. Glad you made it, friend. Um, I cut silicone mat to seal my hemi further. Yes, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. If you, I mean, you press it down and get it closed, I can definitely see that helping to protect the moisture inside the palette. That is a great idea, Jennifer. Um, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're saying you saw YouTube about the PWC? Yeah, friend. It's. You know, I I don't know. All companies have like marketing ploys and things that they do. I think that every single paint company has something that they do not disclose about their paints. I do not believe that there is one single manufacturer that is telling you 100% of the information about their paints. I just don't. They wouldn't be able to sell. That's because there's going to be something that offsets somebody. But I also don't like integrity issues. Um, at least let what you present me with be factual. I get that you might not present me with everything. At least what you tell me should be true, though. It should match up. I should be able to confirm it. Especially when we start talking about people like myself, content creators that review products. Like, and it's crazy that companies have not realized that there are people out there that literally spend their days digging through research and articles and videos and pages and websites to research this stuff. So just be honest about it. Well, didn't Daniel Smith have sort of a similar issue with like their Primatech paints or something? Yeah. All right. So let's move on. We are going to move into the dry media for this art haul. Now, ironically enough, I was talking about all the color pencil sets that I still have that are not a part of this video. Well, let me introduce you to some more. Okay. First up, ironically enough, we have been talking about them already. This is Prismacolor. This is a Prismacolor Technique 3 art lessons in one. 54 count animal drawing set. It comes in three different levels. That's level 1, level 2, and level 3. Um, and it lets you know like the products for each level. I think it's so cool how it's laid out. There are online lessons that you can take that comes with the art kit. So like if you are not a color pencil artist and you've been interested in being in doing color pencils or playing with color pencils or seeing how they work and how they use, I think something like this is a great idea. Now stay tuned for the video around these kits. There will be a surprise attached to them once they actually come out. And for artists like myself, mixed media artists, you know, I tend to use color pencils in a lot of different aspects to layer them on top of my watercolor, on top of my gouache, alcohol markers, excuse me, even in my oil pastel work, I will use colored pencils as well. So, you know, color pencils are a all-around really good workhorse. Now on the back here, a little dirty. Sorry, been sitting on the carpet on the floor. It does get a little bit in depth, more in depth into the three-level approach. Kind of trying to teach you. It's showing you all of the things that are included in the box, which you get quite a bit. Love what's in the box. So you're gonna get 38 Prismacolor soft core colored pencils, 6 chisel fine dual end markers. Yes, you heard that right. The kit does include a few of the Prismacolor markers, which, hello, are a wonderful product. The set is designed for The included reference artwork and can be used for a variety of animal applications. And then there's a a QR code, I'm sorry, that you would scan that would take you to online lessons of what's in the box. So cool. Love this. That's coming up on the channel, so you can stay tuned for that. In addition to that, there is another one. This is the Prismacolor Technique 3-in-1 art lessons. Of course, it comes with online too. And this one caters towards landscape drawing. It's going to take you through 3 different levels, just like the original one, the one we just saw a few minutes ago. Um, and then the included in this box, you're going to get 18 Prismacolor soft core colored pencils, plus the artwork, which has downloadable instructions and templates, and the QR code, which is going to take you to live online classes, helping guide you through the drawing process, the creation process. This is going to be cool. Again, stay tuned for this set's video. It also will have a surprise attached to it. Moving on with the next product. We're going to stay in the colored pencil realm, and we're going to look at... what did I do with the other set? I'm missing a set. Oh, no. There it is. Okay. So first, let's start with Posca pencils. Now, most people may be Posca marker fans. If you've used Posca paint pens, you already know Posca makes a pretty good product. Although lately, I have found some better paint pens than Posca. I'm just going to say it. I think Sharpie Creative markers are better than Posca. That's me. Don't shoot me. Don't be mad at me. And they're cheaper. It's just the truth about how I feel anyway. Here we have 36 colors made by the Mitsubishi Pencil Company. And these are a oil-based pencil, which is completely outside my norm. You guys know I am a wax-based pencil man. Not that I don't have oil-based pencils. I just feel like wax-based pencils work better in mixed media projects than oil does, because the wax pencils tend to lay down better. That's just been my experience, though. But I'm really excited about these. I already know these colors are going to be bright and beautiful. They are a possible product. You can already look through the front of the package to see how bright and vibrant the lids are. It looks like there's 3 different trays of pencils, and on the bottom there seems to be like a little toting bag or maybe a band to keep them together. So can't wait to crack these open. Is there any light fast information included? Let's see. Because with pencils, what you're looking for is light fast information. I don't see any right off on the packaging, but maybe it's some in there. And of course, we all know that Posca, made by Mitsubishi, is in Japan. All right. This product is new to me and very interesting. This is a lifeline. Whoa, speaking of, hold that phone. I've shown this before. I gotta grab this one though, because I'm trying to tell you that this thing is bomb.com. We're gonna talk about that in just a second. Let me just sit there right there. I don't want to sit it right there. I don't want to get nothing away. Ooh, love that pink. Okay, so here we have the Lifeline Rub and Sniff Scented Color Pencils, right? So it's got the little, oh my goodness, that's crazy. So this is the Earthy palette. 10 color pencils infused with Lifeline's essential oil blends. So, my goodness, they smell so good. It tells you to please recycle the sleeve. They are a proud member of the Sustainable Packaging Coalition. Okay, so they want you to repackage or find a way to reuse the plastic sleeve, which is pretty cool, you know. You guys know me, I create journals and gizmos and do that, so more than likely, it'll be easy for me to do that. It says, draw with your senses, let your creative ideals flow with Lifeline's Rub and Sniff scented pencils featuring 10 Lifeline's essential oil blends and innovative rub and sniff technology. So I have this smaller set here, which is an earth palette, and then I have a 20 pack, which... It's probably, let me see something. First of sun-kissed grapefruit. First, okay. So here is just a curated package where they pulled the earthy colors out of the 20 range. So I'm assuming the 20 range is the full set. Yeah, that makes sense. And they have really cute names like Damp Earth After a Rainstorm, The Sweet Scent of a Candle. This is what the oils smell like. So the name of the pencil coincides with what it smells like. Needles blanketing a forest trail. Dancing in the summer rain. A misty meadow flush in bloom. I just cannot. I love the names, and I cannot wait to see how the pencils actually perform in comparison to just being scented and made with essential oils. I think that's so cool. All right. So that's all the color pencils. I'm gonna check some comments again because we're about to go into the last portion of the actual haul section. And then I'll check to see how much time we have, and we might actually paint something. I'm not sure. Let me show you this. If you are a Patreon member, don't forget tonight we do have the we have Creation Station Live at 8 tonight over in the Patreon community. So if you're not a part of the Patreon community and you want to join us there, you can slide on over and sign up. It's only $2 a month. You get super, super, super great perks. There is a free trial version of Patreon, but let me tell you what I've come to find out about that. For some, the free, I can't get it out. The free trial version of Patreon only let free members see what the creator has posted publicly, but it will not let you see, from what I've been able to understand, paid tiers. So like for instance, the Creation Station is a $2 a month paid tier. If you sign up to be a free member of the Thrifty Patreon community, the only thing you will actually have access to is anything that's made public, like the results of a Creation Station, or when I might be just posting something general for Patreon. But when it comes down to the things that are posted inside a paid tier level, I do not think that the free membership gives you access to those. And that's something that I wanted to throw out because I've heard a lot of content creators suggesting the free trial, but I don't know if they know that the free trial will not give free members access to paid members' content, which kind of makes sense if you think about it. So, Lifelines, I also have this really cool, amazing, what I do with the box that fast, that's crazy. Like seriously, I just had the box. Oh, here it is. I feel like I'm losing my mind. So here is the Lifelines pen diffuser. So it's a pen that has essential oils. This is the Mountain Air Crisp, right? They're essential oils. It's made by the same company that makes those scratchable scented pencils. On the inside, you're going to get a refill for the pen, and you get the pen itself, which is enclosed in a travel tube, which is made for air travel, because essential oils do evaporate at a higher rate in higher altitudes than they do on the ground, for those who did not know that. So this company constructed a travel tube which seals the pen in airtight to help keep the essential oils from evaporating quicker if you're in travel, which I think is just so smart, such beyond the Call of Duty type of thought to add in with the pen. So the top of the pen itself is actually a essential oil diffuser, and the bottom of the pen is a regular ballpoint pen, which I've used to write with. Now, the pen up on the diffuser has these little slides, which helps change the aroma to match like your mood, or to encourage your mood. You have energy and calm and joy, focus. I just think this is so cool. I use it to write my little notes with and plan out my videos. The ink will not run. I've tested it. So if you wanted to use this type of ink in an ink and wash, you could too. Love this pen. Do you understand? Love it. Which is why I'm so excited about the pencils, because if they, kind of put me in the same creative mood with the scents and the whole feel of the product that the pen does, I feel like I'm really, really, really going to enjoy them. Just wanted you to see that. All right. Let me check comments, and then we're going to move on with the last of the art hall stuff. All right. So, hear me. I have stencils that I do enjoy using, so scenic colored pencils sound neat to me. And I do know that there's some scented markers. I think they're for kids, but doesn't Crayola make like a scented marker? Um, it's not a new idea, but this is just more of a streamlined, professional looking idea with it, which I really appreciate, and I really do love that pen. Oh, I didn't know they made oil-based colored pencils. Yes, colored pencils come both oil and wax-based. Well, actually, colored pencil, every single colored pencil has both oil and wax to make it up. Whether it's considered an oily pencil or a waxy pencil is determined by which it has more in. Like, does it have more oil versus wax? If so, then it's considered oil pencil. Does it have more wax based versus oil? Then it's considered a wax based pencil. So that's kind of layman's term, real easy way to know the difference. Um, Aromatherapy coloring. Who knew, right, Jennifer? Like, and it's so cool because I love that pen. I have honestly sat down in a bad mood to create and will like put focus or energy on with that pen and just kind of sit there and kind of make notes. And as I'm brainstorming and throwing down ideas, I'm literally not even realizing that my mood is changing. And before I know it, I'm painting and I'm happy and I'm whistling. And people around my house is like, "What's wrong with you? Are you okay? Have you taken something?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm on essential oils. Get your life together." They don't understand. So then let's see. Have you got a FAQ detailing your tiers? I'll join once I see what's available. I do not have a FAQ detailing my tiers, Jennifer, simply because I only have one tier. I don't have different tiers that I'm charging different prices for. I have one tier. The Creation Station is $2 a month. It includes one weekly live, so that's 4 lives a month. It includes one real-time, in-depth tutorial per month. So instead of like the speed paints that you get on YouTube once per month, you're going to get one real-time, however long it takes us, instructional walkthrough of how to do a detailed composition, whatever we're doing it with, um, and how you can transition to other mediums if you want to. You get access to traceables for all of the intermediate and advanced compositions that we do on YouTube, as well as inside the Creation Station itself. But most times I'm probably, if it's a Creation Station thing, I'm showing you how to draw it. But you definitely get traceables for YouTube, most YouTube content. And so that you can download and use them however you choose. And then you also get access to the Thrifty Reel, which is a behind the scenes series that only runs in the Creation Station um, on Patreon. Now, that one does not have as frequent of posting as, say, like the once a month tutorial or the once a week live, but it does give you behind the scene looks into what goes on in the studio, stores I shop at, things of that nature, what's coming up on the channel, what to expect. I discuss things like products that the Defiant Art is working on producing and all that type of stuff. It's cool. It's cheap. I have been thinking about introducing a second tier, but I have not crossed that bridge yet. So for right now, there's that one tier that gets you all of those creative things into the thrifty community. It's only $2 a month because I just did not feel like I need to be trying to break people. That's just me. All right, moving on. Mr. Sketch scent markers. That's what they are called. I love them. Yes, that my nephews have a few of them. Exact. I love essential oils as well, Jennifer. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, John. Honestly, Oh, Amy, that is so sweet. Amy said it's worth more than $2, honestly. Okay, here's the thing. I'm not all advanced with my content creation cameras yet. You know, I use my phone. I wish I had the computer set up. I love how Christy kind of throws the comment up and how Sketches and Scrubs throws the comment up on the screen during the live so everybody can see it. Because, Amy, thank you. That was very sweet of you to say. Amy said it's worth more than $2, and I'm humbled by that. It's like the live chats in Traceables. Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what it is, sis. I mean, but you know, it's a more loose, relaxed environment. Unlike on YouTube, I'm not having to watch what I say. Not that I'm vulgar or anything like that. I'm just saying we have fun, we joke, we talk about things. We still stay away from religion and politics, but outside of that, you know, so it's a great community and it's actually growing. Now, I will say that the lives don't always have everybody that's in the creation station on at once because I think, you know, everybody might not be able to make it at the point that the live is actually happening, but they have access to go back and watch that live whenever they want to. Whether it's 2 minutes after the live end or 2 days after the live ends. They always, and you just always have access to everything in there. I feel like it's a great community, a great growing community. So if that interests you in any way, then yes, definitely come on over and join. Oh, nice. Christy's Patreon is on. Hey, yeah, you know, if you gotta go, I understand, love. I understand. I'm looking forward to it. I look forward to it as well, Jennifer. I look forward to seeing you there if you join us over there. You are worth it, my friend. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. Oh, way more than $2 value. Often they replay. Yeah, they do. They often replay because they can't catch them live, and I'm perfectly okay with that because it's a lot of I outside of all this that I do. I actually still follow a lot of other art content creators myself, watch their videos, try to pick up on things and learn from them, especially things that I might not know. Because you're never done learning, right? You should learn something new every day, and if you're not, something wrong with you. You heard it from Thrifty first, okay? All right. So we're gonna moving on with the rest of this video, and then we're gonna check the time to see if it's gonna be some painting time, or if we're just gonna go ahead and wrap this live up. Hopefully, you guys have seen something up until this point that interests you, that you're gonna be interested in seeing. This last little section of the art haul is going to cover oil pastels. Okay, so here we have the Pentel Arts. Now, of course, you guys know I already have the 50 collection of Pentel Art oil pastels. You can go check out the review on in the Thrifty review playlist if you want to see it. I have these because, of course, we have Thrifty Pastel Month coming up. This will be the second annual Thrifty Pastel coming up this November of 2024. And we're going to have some goodies to be given out um, to the participants. Yes, we are. That's because Deca is amazing and they do amazing things. Everybody jump in the comment section and be like, thank you, Deca, because you be doing it. Yes, you do. All right, moving on. Here we have both the student grade and the artisan collection of a set of oil pastels by a company called Harbor Art Supplies. Now, my friends, this is brand new to me. I have never heard of this company. Um, I'm not familiar with any of their products, but I do like the presentation of the packaging. And it's really cool to see that there is both a student grade as well as an artisan set. Now, what I need to do is crack these big babies open and really test them out to see if you can see a huge difference between the student grade and the artisan set. I'm assuming that the major difference is going to come with the feel, the lay down, the blendability, and the way that they glide across paper. But we won't know until we try them, right? And those will also have, that video will also have a cute little extra something linked to it as well. Next, we have soft oil pastels. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is Light Wish. It says Kulaks, but I've noticed that if you go to the Light Wish website, because they are more of a distribution company than an actual art production company themselves. They actually carry a lot of other branded products. Most of them tend to be from the Chinese market, and about 75% of them are Paul Rubin, or should I say, A. Owens art products. Um, so when I saw these, I was really interested in them. Um, Jekka took care of everything else from there. These are, it says soft and heavy color, strong frequency, smooth brush strokes, um, easy washing, meaning that you should be able to remove it off your hands without any problem. These are Miranda Soft Oil Pastels mini version. And they say this is the mini version. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Can you believe that? This thing has 48 plus 2. So 50 colors in it, and they say that this is the mini version. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. All right, last but not least, we are rolling out of the oil pastels. Um, and actually, I should have shown this with the water soluble products, but I didn't because I kept thinking oil when I was looking at it. If you've been following me for a while, you've heard me say this quite a few times. I really, as an all-around mixed media artist, want to try oil. But I did not want to have to deal with all of the rigmarole that comes along with oil painting. Um, all of the different things you need, and yeah, different spacing and all these type things, right? So I said I was interested in water mixable oils. And here we have the Winsor and Newton Artisan Water Mixable Oil Color Studio Set. Studio typically indicates student grade, in case you did not know that. Um, but I'm really curious to see how these are going to perform. I have watched a couple of videos on water mixable oil, water soluble oils, however you want to say it. This is a 14-piece set, and those videos have really got me curious about moving on with it. Now, I did kind of pop it open. Look at these tubes. Oil tubes are always huge, though. So these are 37 milliliters a piece. You're getting quite a bit of water mixable oil in each one of these tubes. It does come with linseed oil in it. I'm not sure why yet, if it's water mixable, but of course I'm going to read all instructions and do all research before I test this out. What I do like about it is that you do not need the solvents to clean it. You clean this, you can just use water, right? Um, and I really want to give these a try, maybe kind of beautiful colors. Love the swatching codes. So it's quite a range. Although this is only 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is only 10 colors. So you're going to get 10 colors, the linseed oil, 2 oil painting brushes are round and a flat. And I'm not sure what type of hair that is. It does have sizing on it, so I can't tell right now. It might be hog. I hope those are not real animal hair. You guys know how I feel about that. And if it is, I won't be using the brushes because I have several synthetic oil brushes here in the studio that I can use. Um, so we'll see. I'm really interested in these. I'm really curious to see how these are going to. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I definitely need to read through the instructions so I go playing with the oil paint. um, But I feel like it's gonna be fun. I don't know. Maybe I'll play with them for the first time in a live, or maybe I'll play with them for the first time in a Patreon live. You know, my creation station members are more forgiving, so maybe I'll play with them first there. Then I would, kind of do a live on YouTube where more people are gonna have access to it. So, friends, that's it, I think. The only other thing, we're going to eventually be doing a review on this bad little baby. I've already been testing them out. I have a couple of paintings done from using them already so that I can do the review on them. This is the art dice. And basically, it's just what it says. It's a set of dice, you know, that you roll. And depending on what you roll, it helps you break through art block by, telling you what to paint. You can use all of them at once. You can use 2 or 3 of them. You can use 4 or 5 of them. I typically take out the one that's the medium because I already know that most times I'm going to be using watercolors. But if you want to try a different medium, you can throw it in there. And like I said, I've been testing these. The review for these will be coming up really soon. I think it's a really cute play. I love tangible things that you can have in your hand. Which brings me to another great thing for breaking through art block, and it's the color cube. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. Now, I don't actually have the physical color cube. I have the downloaded version on my iPad, and unfortunately I can't show you guys that right now because I'm using the iPad um you know to be able to see what you guys are seeing to me. So I can't really show you that at the moment, but maybe I'll show you guys that in like a future video, a future pre-recorded video. But both of those are really great ideas. I don't think I'm going to do a review on the color cube system because if you want to see a review on that, go check out the one on Lindsay's channel. It's super in depth, super in depth, and it's a really good watch. But I am going to be reviewing the color cube system. Uh, I bought myself a couple of pens. Yeah, my Patreon members know that I have been talking about this whole pen situation for quite a while. And I bought a pack of Lyra. I think I showed it to you guys. Fine liners. They were colored. Have a black one in it. Love those. I brought some additional super black fine liners by Creative Mark. One of Jerry Autorama's house brands. I got 2 chisels, a 2 millimeter, a 3 millimeter, and then I also got a 3 millimeter brush, which has worked beautifully, but it's still not a real brush. I wanted a real brush permanent um, black pen. So I finally broke down and ordered is it Furusaki or Kurataki or I don't know. Somebody, Pentel, pocket pen. Yes, Pentel. It's the Pentel pocket pen. And this one is a actual real separating brush black liner. And I'm so excited. I'm going to be cracking this open and using it today as I move throughout finishing up my World Watercolor Month paintings, which at this point I am up to, day 15? And I need to start working on Wednesday's release. And I think, as I said, this Wednesday, along with the demo being a prompt from World Watercolor Month, I'm going to go ahead and start reviewing the paints that I've been using during World Watercolor Month. And more than likely, the Wednesday's video will be surrounding the supervision paints that I've been using. So, yeah. Let me check comments. And let's see how much time, how long have we been on? We've been on a little over an hour. Let's see. We've been on an hour and 23 minutes at this point to get through all of that. I don't know how much time anyone else has to hang out. So I was going to see if I needed to do any art today. You guys let me know what you think. Maybe we'll throw something together right quick. Or if you would just rather me show you what I've done for World Watercolor Month up until this point. I'm going to check the comment section while you guys are telling me which one you would prefer me do. Should we paint a little something or should we go through what I've done for World Watercolor Month up until this point? And then, of course, we'll have a complete flip through of World Watercolor Month once it's over with. Okay, so back to the comments. Looks fun, awesome. So we must be talking about the oil set. Let's see. My dining room is now full art studio. We eat on our Jennifer, I understand. I understand. Because my art studio is one of the extra bedrooms in our apartment. It's actually one of the bigger extra bedrooms in our apartment as well because I was too stuck on myself to take the small, to take the smaller, bedroom. I have a lot of things art wise, and I really need a room to spread out. And guys, I promise you, the art studio tour is coming. I am in slow motion of buying storage and you know cubes to put up on the wall to store all this stuff in. I bought one cubing system that came with like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, like 13 cubes that you stack on top of each other. And they kind of go up again, kind of climb up the wall. They have really big, huge space in them. But believe it or not, that is not enough. I have two cabinets that have like the pull-out drawers. You know the things you got from like Walmart and Target that you can buy and then buy the drawers, the linen drawers that pull in and out. Like I have two of those that have 6 compartments apiece, so that's 12, plus the 13 that's against the wall. Still not nearly enough room to store all the products outside of all the drawers, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Okay. Uh, I have boxes all over the place with hit and misses. My den is overflowing. Yeah, me too. My living room has all of the Defiant bamboo pallets, all of the packaging and boxes and stuff for this. So as they're ordered, I can get them shipped out. Um, my living room has and as I said, all of the packaging for all of the stuff that I ship off from just art supplies that I'm giving away to things that customers order off of Etsy. But what has been going on in the living room the most in the last month has been the actual packaging and shipping of the new palette. So, hey, and I'm gonna throw it out there. I always do. If you guys have not got your Bamboo Voyager palette yet, what are you waiting for? It is available. Um, Very small footprint, really cute. Holds 24 half pans. I love things that hold a lot of paint but do not take up a lot of room. 100% bamboo wood with the Defiant Art Bamboo Voyager palette logo printed on the top. Um, Very sturdy, well put together, magnetic closure that's going to help keep it sealed tight, guys. So you can check that out. Um, I don't know if it's in the video description already. If not, I'll throw a link for it in there once the live end. Or you can go to the Defiant Arts website. Quick look at how that looks. See there. And you're going to get that product launch video, which talks about the Bamboo Voyager palette. You're going to get the advertisement that we currently have going on for the Thrifty Month giveaway. And if you're not participating in that, you need to be checking the video releases on Sunday so you can keep up with not only the educational course that is going on, but the educational supplies that are given away in each one of those videos, and this every Sunday during the month of July. So if you've missed any of those videos, my suggestion is to go back and catch them. You can't miss it because the thumbnail literally has that giveaway sign in the thumbnail. Mixed media art gallery. I actually change this every month to try to keep up with the latest things that I've painted, just so that anybody viewing the website can be familiar with the fact that it is mixed media art that goes on in this part of the world. There you have the advertisement for the only product that Defiant owns at the moment, and that's the Bamboo Voyager palette. And at the end of that slideshow, there's a QR code that you can order to take that you can scan to take you directly to ordering that palette. It is PayPal secure. Unfortunately, we only do U.S. shipping at the moment. Please forgive us for that. We are working on rectifying that issue ASAP. Next, you'll go past an About Defiant Art Company section, talking about history, how I got the company started. It talks about the values that I place into the company in producing products. Contact, it's got icons where you can go straight to the social media platforms. And then there's also a little contact us. So if you want to send me a message, ask me a question, suggest something, talk about something, you can even attach files. Just be respectful. Business account. Um, then it gives Defiant Art information. It gives our live text chat. So if you ever have any questions directly for Defiant Arts about our products, you can use either the live chat number or you can chat live from the actual website with a little chat bubble there at the bottom. Here is subscription. Sign up to hear from us about specials, sales, and events. Um, I have not literally started the subscription club, so if somebody signs up for it, eventually they are going to start getting updates. And then I have added an online appointment section, but that's going to be for in-person teaching, which has not taken off yet, but you do see that those new services are coming soon. And yeah, that is what the Defiant Art website currently looks like. Now, you will notice that the address for it is not actually Defiant Arts. That's because the DefiantArts.com domain had already been taken, although that name was not registered. It's registered to me. I don't understand how that happened, but it is what it is. So I had to spell it for the website Defyantarts. So it actually says Defyantarts.com. Hey, you have to do what you have to do in this business world. But there's typically a link um, for it. There's typically a link for it in most of my videos, and I will drop the link for it in the chat just in case somebody want to copy and paste it, or somebody want to go check out the website. And do keep in mind you can also find Defiant products on the Defiant Art Etsy, in the Defiant Art Etsy shop as well. Do keep in mind Prime Day is coming up. There are 13 hours, 27 minutes, and 21 seconds and counting for Prime Day. So that will be the best day to buy any supplies if you need to. Let's check the comments, see where we are. Any art from you can as a bonus. Thank you, Jennifer. I've got the color cube system. Sarah lives next town from. Oh, that's so cool. Have you ever met her? That is so cool. I would love that. Um, Priorities. Right. I'm putting it on my list for purchase. What's that? The color cube or the art dice? Linda, what were you referring to? I'm ordering soon. Have to use Afterpay for next few weeks. I use Afterpay in Klarna myself. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you that. I use both of them myself, Jennifer. I understand. I'll purchase as soon as it's sent outside US. Oh, the palette is giveaway international Ken. Uh, yeah. I'm gonna leave the giveaway international. I will figure out how to get things shipped affordably. May take a little bit longer. May not come like FedEx or UPS for express shipping, but I am not gonna close those educational giveaways off to people outside the U.S. I think education should be for everyone. So yes, ma'am, Miss Jennifer. Anyone who wants to enter any one of the four giveaways, they go up for the Sunday for this Sunday. So I mean, so the first giveaway winner has already been announced. The video that came out this past Sunday announced this current week's book and watercolor set. And the winner for this current week's will be announced this upcoming Sunday. So you actually still have time, if you haven't, to go catch this past Sunday's video, see if you're interested in the art material, and enter the random giveaway if you would like to. Gotcha. Not yet. You haven't met her yet. Your palette. I'm putting it on my. Okay, putting the palette on the list. Okay, Linda. Thank you. I appreciate. Hey, I like it. I brag about it because I think it's cute. You know. And then if I don't promote it, who else is going to, right? I'm not a huge company. I don't have like advertising and commercial budgets or anything like that. I have to spread the word, especially for like a Kickstarter company like mine, word of mouth. You know, I do a few social media advertisements, but I don't have a huge social media following outside of YouTube or Facebook. Because I have quite a few people, about 5,000 or so, 5,000 plus followers on Facebook. But I've barely cracked 250 followers on Instagram, so the advertisement there doesn't really do much. So most of my advertisement comes word of mouth. So if I talk about the bamboo vortex palette all the time, now you guys know why. Because as a one man show or one man company, I'm responsible for doing it all. I'll pay for shipping if required. Jennifer, we'll talk, babe. We'll work that out. If you happen to be the winner of the random giveaway, if you happen to be the winner, or someone outside the U.S. happens to be a winner, me and that person will definitely have an in-depth conversation about the whole shipping process. But I don't want to close it off to international shipping. Unfortunately, the bamboo palette, though, yeah, that one right now does not have international shipping. Um, Thanks, Linda. Thank you. Thank you. I think it's been amazing, Amy. I think it has been so cool. Linda, you did win one of my giveaways. You sure did. I think you either won one of the giveaways on Instagram or Facebook. Can't remember which one it was, but I do remember you winning one. Thank you, difficulty. I love it. Difficulty E and easy E. I'm telling you, it's a T-shirt. I love it. It's gonna live rent free in my head. I want you to know that. Every single time I see your name pop up in a live or across a comment, I'm going to sing that in my head. It's gonna live rent free. It's gonna start ramping up too. It really is. This next one coming up is gonna have some good stuff in it. Woo-hoo, I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh, and by the way, Tisa, if you're still here, I'm working on your package, love. I have started to pan up your little Altoid palette. Um, I decided to go with the Mission Gold. Hopefully that's cool. And yeah, the other little doodads and things that we talked about. I'm already packing that stuff up for you. I'm hoping to get them shipped out at the beginning, hopefully by the end of the week. If not by Friday, then definitely by the beginning of next week. But I am working on that. I don't want you to think that I forgot about it. You're very welcome, love. You're very, very welcome. All right, friends. So, what are we doing? Are we painting, or are we looking at World Watercolor flip through up until this point? I'm still waiting on it. I need someone to tell me something, or I'm gonna have to go. What are we doing? I'll be honest. I wasn't planning on painting, but I will. You guys know I don't mind painting. I'll throw something together so quick. I mean, we could always finish the feather that we started in last week's live, although it might not be the most exciting thing. Um, Ken, you have been a blessing to the art community. I hope you know that. Thank you. That's sweet. You know what? Let me say this though. I appreciate the fact that I can be a blessing to the art community because I have wonderful, huge hearted people who are being a blessing to me. It's a domino effect, it's a trickle down. It is. It's not. The Thrifty Apprentice Studio has now become the Thrifty Apprentice Studio in DECA. Seriously. I wholeheartedly give all credit. First of all, I give all thanks to the highest for being blessed to be a blessing. Then I bring it down on a man-made level and say that I give thanks to everyone who has stood behind me, who has believed in me. I started this channel back in like 2019, and it's still slowly growing. I'm still not even 2,000 subscribers, but I'm so thankful for the meat community. And when I say meat community, meaning the heart of what makes up the thrifty art community, because you guys are like some ride or die, like OG, hang in there no matter what, and it motivates me every day to, outside the 40 hours a week I punch, to help make somebody else $1 billion instead of myself. It motivates me to spend every other waking moment doing something like this. So thank you guys for being a blessing to me, to motivate me to be able to be a blessing to anybody else. Everyone's so lovely. They are people. Jennifer, the community, the thrifty community is full of nice artists. And you can be guaranteed that Thrifty is not going to let it be any other way. I have absolutely no problem checking. Uh, I was about to go in it. I have absolutely no problem respectfully letting someone know that there will never be any type of disrespect tolerated in this community. We are going to love on one another, and we're going to respect one another, and we're going to spread love, because that's what it should be about. Really. It really, really should be. Bye, Linda. Have a great day. Deputy E, you say paint, 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 paint. Okay, Amy, you agree? All right. Paint, paint, paint. Let's see. What are we painting? um, Let me grab some paper right quick. We'll paint something real quick. I don't know. Ooh, last night I painted a scene from Arches National Park for the Arches prompt for Watercolor Month. I had a lot of fun with that one. I'm trying to find a palette knife so I can cut this sheet off, this block. Here we go. So yeah, let's see. It might not be too big. I guess I need to find a reference photo. Ooh. That's the goldfinch. You guys remember the goldfinch. I have to put that in the portfolio now that I've removed it from the block. What are we painting with? Might as well use this. Don't talk about my ceramic plate. Just still got some residue on it. Believe it or not, that residue is from liquid pencil, which we were doing last week in Patreon. Hilarious. It worked out though. It worked out okay. What did we paint? What did I paint in? Does anybody remember? I don't remember. I think I painted in that Hana Mule book. That Tisa made me. Let's see. Yes. So we did a feather. We did the prompt for that day, which was feather. I guess I could have been more inventive, but it was kind of on the spot. And we used liquid pencil, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with that product, but I have both the rewettable version and the permanent version, which we are eventually going to be taking a look at on the YouTube channel. I just kind of wanted to use it in Patreon first so that I could get familiar with the product. But here I just used the liquid pencil and some black pen and, kind of did a feather. Patience. What's the next prompt? The next prompt, wait, the next prompt is, let's see, what is the next prompt? So I've done all the way up to arch. I am a little bit behind. So day 14 is spiral. I still need to do that one. Day 15, which would be today, is vitamin. But I'm gonna knock both spiral and vitamin out today. Wednesday's video will be day 17 plant. So we can't do that one. But I guess we could do anything between let's go with spiral, maybe. Maybe we should go with spiral. I don't know. Sounds like The other half of the thrifty house is home, which is really unexpected. um, yeah. Hello.
Hey,
Hey.
I heard you recording.
Yeah, it's okay. I just told him the other half of the thrifty house walked in. I didn't know you were coming home so early.
We didn't either.
Y'all got off?
We so they're switching systems.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even start meeting. Everything went down. We can't process no checks, no
Oh, so the
insurance.
building closed.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be done shortly. Pull the door for me. Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you for bearing with me through that. So, we could do. I guess we could do the next one that I really need to do. Would be spiral, and I've had a couple of ideas for spiral, but I can't do it here. So you guys are going to get a sneak peek at my World Watercolor Month anyway, because if I'm going to do World Watercolor Month prompt, I need to do it in the book I'm doing all the paintings in. And I also need to switch the palette to one of the palettes that I've been using for World Watercolor Month so I can stay with what I've been saying about testing. So decide, are we going to use Supervision? Are we going to use a Magello Mission Silver? Or are we going to use Vibranium Art? Somebody let me know. First one I see pop up is what I'm using. Magello Mission Silver, Supervision, or Vibranium Art. Mission. Mission was the first thing I saw pop up. So Mission Silver it is. All right. Grab that palette. Now, for those of you who do or don't know, Magello Mission Silver class is the student grade version of the Magello Mission Gold professional paints, which happen to be my favorite brand of paint. So it was my favorite brand of professional paint so far over the years I've been on watercolor so far. That's not to say that they won't be taken over at some point, but my favorite professional paint still is Magello Mission Gold. So it was only natural that I wanted to test out their student grade paint to see if it had any comparison or held any candle. Now, right now, my favorite student grade paint, okay, this is gonna blow people away because I know some people thinking in the back of their head, he's about to say Artwell. Some people may even be thinking he's about to say Mealing Pretty Excellent, but I'm not about to say either one of those. I have tested and reviewed this paint, or I have tested and reviewed this paint already. But since then, I have been using it enough to know that it is probably one of the best student grade paints I've ever used. And that is the Paul Rubens Chow Made set. Yes, just want to throw that out there. Okay, so now let's see. As far as Magello goes, I have the 7 milliliter 24 tube set. This is a smaller tube set. Now this is and I took a tube out of here because I was using it to fill something. I filled something. Actually, since I'm got this out, let me see if I can find the tube so I can put it back in. I knew I threw it in one of these drawers when I was done with it. It may not be important. I'll find it later. But this is the original Mission Gold set that I had. And then the other half of the thrifty household decided to gift me with the pure pigment set for Christmas it's been about 2 years ago now. And these tubes are much, much bigger. The pure pigment set. And I love the fact that they're all single pigment base. I've taken that pure pigment set and turned it into, put a couple tubes that I wanted to use, and I panned them up inside this little Altoid travel tin that I have here with the little inserts. So I am going to be using that paint I've already reviewed Mission Goal, so you can check that review out in the Thrifty playlist if you would like to. And I will be reviewing the Mission Silver soon. Alright, so I need to turn to the page what I will be painting today's. So you are going to get a little sneak peek at some of them. Now, I've always told you guys when it comes to World Watercolor Month, you paint World Watercolor Month however you need to. I have a really busy schedule, right? So for some of these days, I have broken it down into really small paintings, just so long as the painting. Um, you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. You didn't ask, but I'm gonna do it. So, word of prompts. Let's see. Day one's prompt was pattern. So here's what I painted. And I can't believe I'm doing this on live instead of in Patreon. But so I'm probably not going to show any other World Watercolor Month after this live until we do the World Watercolor Month flip through, where you get to see all 31 days, hopefully, if I can complete them. So this was day one pattern. This was day, wait, what was Rush? Yes, this was day two, Rush, Coffee Rush. We had day three was turn. So I did the landscape kind of turn sign as you're passing it going down the road. Uh, and then I decided I did not want to use mixed media paper anymore. I decided I wanted to actually use watercolor paper. So I went to my local Jerry's, because I didn't want to use one of the sketchbooks that I already had. I wanted something big and free that I could paint on. So I went to my local Jerry's and I picked up this Soho Urban Artist watercolor paper that's 25% cotton, 140-pound, cold press, 9 by 12, acid free, and it has 12 sheets. Of course, you can paint on the front and the back of it. I think for this pad I paid maybe $6, if I'm not mistaken. And when I do the World Watercolor Month flip through, I will be doing a review of this paper. But let's see. So this one started with day 4 because I left off with day 3. Day 4 was a signal. So I did a cellular signal because most of you may know that that's the field I work in, telecommunications. So I did a cellular signal. For day 5, it was patch. And I did this beautiful leaf on a gray background color patch. The color patch down the middle with the red veins. Let's see. What was next? What was after color? What was after patch? Day 6 was rusty. So I did like 2 rusty nails and this little rusty chain link. Right. And then after rust came study. So I actually did a watercolor study. I just wanted to paint a thrifty crayon box, kind of makeup crayons that would come from Thrifty. I mean, it wouldn't be branded and look like that. I just think it was cute and whimsical. So you guys know I like stuff like that. Okay. And that was study. Then day 8 is feather. And for feather, I did this beautiful blue and yellow bead. It's really lovely. I had so much joy in team plant. So I needed to fit everything between day 10 buried and day 17 plant on one page, because I knew I would not have much time to paint during those I would not have much time to paint during those particular situations, or during those particular days. I would just have a few minutes. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say. So day 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 are all going to be small block paintings. So for 11, we did huddle, and I have a huddle of cherries here. For, am I back? Can you guys still hear me? Am I showing? Is anyone still there? Okay, can hear me but not see me. Okay, let me see if I can fix that issue. Hold on. Um, hmm. Is that what it is? Okay, Tisa. Like, and I can see that my actual live is frozen. Oh, that's so terrible. Even on my screen that I'm recording on, and I don't want to stop the live to restart. Lithium charge. Um, I'm trying to get the visual on, guys. I'm not quite sure why it is not. Whew. I tell you what, it sure is hot though. I know that. I might not be able to figure it out. I'm not quite sure why. It could be um that the phone is hot. Tisa, it's frozen, and I'm scared that if I stop the live on my end, it's gonna cut the live off and start another live. That's what I think is gonna happen. So, oh, it looks like that massive art haul was it, my friends. Like Tisa said, the fate is making us say World Watercolor Month for the flip through. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm so sorry. If you could still hear me, I appreciate you hanging out through the black screen in order to hear what I have to say. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. I am going to do my best to make sure that for next Monday's live, I do everything to stop any phone calls from coming through to my phone to cause an issue like this. So thanks for sticking in. I love you guys. I love everyone in the thrifty community. If you are part of the Patreon crew, Creation Station Live is going down tonight at 8 p.m. If you're not, do consider going checking out the Defiant Art, the Thrifty Apprentice on Patreon. Read through there, see if it's something you'll like, and join us if you would. All right, I will see you guys back here Wednesday for Water Soluble Wednesday, another World Watercolor Month release, and more than likely one of those paint palette demos or paint palette reviews. And then this upcoming Sunday, we will be announcing the winner for week two's giveaway and announcing what will be included in week three's giveaway. And this is where it really starts to get interesting, so you do not want to miss. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when we upload or go live. And as I tell you at the end of every single video, my friends, just keep creating.